Tab that your blood screaming fight, type of light, type of light. Every night in a fight, take a side with the sides, veggie shows and the escapades. Let the arcade pixelated party lesson, they unafraid. Karaoke screams, singing themes, heart and sleeves. Anime dreams, brushing seams, city gleams, dancing screams, endless streams, life's extreme. Saturday gleams, so it's day gleams, so it seems nothing rings. Raise the channel, riot loud, crowd unbowed, techno sound, pulses pound, dream astound, youth unbound, joy profound, I'm lost and found. Channel raver on the prowl, echoes howl.
That's your Saturday morning bowl of sugary sweet cereal before you sit down and watch the cartoons. It is I, the OGGM, coming to you from Site B about 8 o'clock in the morning. It's 60 degrees and sunny here. It's Saturday. It's time to reach out to our fellow tabletop role-playing game content creators and raid their channels, as it's called. Make some new friends. So we've got a couple friends we visited in the past. We've got some new friends, and we've got another VTuber. So let's take a look. All these links were sent to me either directly or indirectly by people reaching out to me or my number one employee, Jeff's Game Box. So here we go. Swords and Stones. Swords and Stones, I have had on the channel, actually. I interviewed him. I have a copy of his game. Another individual trying to tackle let's try and make the perfect role-playing fantasy game that recaptures the love and stuff of D&D. This guy is 100% home brewed, homemade. Everything he's done is from his own little brain. I interviewed him, I believe it was last year, and he was very kind to come on the channel and talk about his game, talk about his goals, talk about his, role-playing stories. Sent me a copy of the game. I was very cautious, is there always the question, is there another market? But, considering the success of some of the games I never thought would be successful, this guy's got as good a chance as any to break in the paradigm. His game is better than some games I've seen in the last year. So I really appreciate the fact that he took time out of his day to reach out to me and still reaches out to me every now and then, which is always cool. So for some reason, the link to his site came through to my box and I decided to give him a shout out again. He's got 46 subscribers, 17 videos. He's been gaming since the 80s like me. So he's got Swords and Stones, which is his own role-playing game that he made. All the art, everything comes from him, which is really cool. So yeah, give him a shout out. And if you have a chance, check out his game, link down below. And maybe one day we'll actually get invited to play a game with him. I don't know. Or once he feels the game's done, we'll have him come on again. But again, he reached out to me, gave me a copy of the game, was kind enough to put up with my nonsense and let me interview him, which is always great. So thanks a lot, Swords and Stones, for being awesome. Next up, we got, this guy's new. This is Hollow Pond Solo Sagas. Hollow Pond Solo Sagas has 2.86 subscribers, 393 videos. Hey, welcome to Hollow Pond Solo Sagas. I'm Peter, longtime role player, solo gamer, and increasingly a creative writer. What started as a way to stop muttering to myself has grown into this, a home for rustic, lightly edited adventures, wayward rule interpretations, and the occasional tangent when my ADHD gets the better of me. I tell stories with dice and create solo RPG, mostly game master emulators and helpers for those moments when you're stuck for ideas, whether you're playing solo or running a game. If you need a hand with GMing, solo player creative writing, I also offer consulting because sometimes it helps to have someone who's already made that mistake. I aim is simple, tell good stories, explore strange worlds, share my creativity, and see if I can turn this into a full-time life along the way. Glad you're here. Good luck with that, dude. Full-time paid creator. Oh, man, that'd be awesome. I think that's the dream for all of us, right? To make this into something we can survive off of. So, yeah, he does solo role plays. And he gets really deeply into the solo role plays, which is cool to see. We'll give him a like. We'll give him a share. We'll give him a subscribe. So, yeah, here he's doing, I guess, his own games. I need to really sit down and watch one of these fully. because both times I tried solo role playing, it didn't really work out for me. I don't know what I was doing wrong. I mean, I was rolling on the random tables, but it just didn't really feel like I did something wrong, because when I did the solo Villains and Vigilantes play, didn't really work out. It didn't really feel like I was capturing the feeling. When I did the solo dark play, again, just didn't really feel like it worked out. So I don't know what the secret is that I'm not seeming to get it, but we'll try again. So yeah, we're going to definitely sit down and write him up. But he's got a really good setup. He's not afraid to show his face like me. He's got the hand down camera. Got a decent collection of silly t-shirts. He's got his own games that he's played. He's got other games that he's played. Looks obviously been around in the hobby for a while. Looks like he does some painting and crafting as well. Looks like that's some a crafting setup behind him. I see some paints and a bonsai. He's done Morkborg. He's done Lancer. I still feel like I met the Lancer guy. He's done Star Wars. He's done Lancer. Yeah, so yeah. And Across the Thousand Dead Worlds, is that his own game? I guess that's his own game. Twilight 2000, Walking Dead, Call of Cthulhu, Morkborg, Iron Sworn. Iron Sworn is a game that was actually designed for solo play. His average views for his channels are 500, way more than I am. So congratulations, dude, on the success of your channel. Hopefully you can make something out of it. If you ever want to come in and talk about your game with me, please reach out to me. Thanks for taking time to make awesome, creative, positive tabletop role-playing game content. That's nice. It's nice. Every day that I find a new one who's not just shit posting on other people, it just makes me feel a little bit better that I'm actually accomplishing something with this experiment. Okay, next up we have Thomas Fitch. Thomas Fitch link came to me this week. We visited Thomas Fitch before. He's got 5.75 subscribers, 16 videos. Obviously, he's doing something right. I'm a T&D nerd, and so are you. Truly, we're a match made in heaven. Always got his tie on, always well-dressed, always doing some good stuff. Very funny, very intelligent. He did his whole thing about using D&D to have tomatoes to explain how D&D works. If you're smart enough to eat a tomato, strong enough to eat a tomato, whatever. Explaining different rules. His average, views are 500, 600, 700. So obviously he's doing amazingly well. Doesn't really need my help since he's already got 5.75 with only 16 videos. If anything, I probably need his help. I mean, what am I doing wrong that I'm not getting that many subs? Probably because you don't edit your videos, OGGM. People don't see your face. So, yeah. Subclasses should start at level 3. Come fight me. Totally agree. Subclasses should start at level 3 because that gives you 1 or 2 classes to, feel your character out. And maybe by level 3, you realize what you thought your character was going to be isn't that. So I don't think you should be locked into a subclass until at least you've played the character at least once to really get a feel of the character and their personality and their place in the world. And then you're like, you know what? I meant to go Mystic Tomato Seller, but after playing this class for 2 levels, I realized that Mystic Tomato Seller isn't the build I want to go for. Instead, I think I want to go for Mystic Cucumber Seller. Yeah, that fits my character much better. So thanks for being awesome, Thomas, and creating amazing videos and being so affluent that you're just knocking them out of the park. If you ever want to come on my channel and talk about your channel and your success, please let us know. Thanks for being awesome. I need a glass of water. Okay, we have 2 more that came to me this week. One is a link to some people who are making a game, and the other is a link to a blog. So this is our friends over at Fainting Goat Games. They've got a game out called Damn It, Dwarven Assault Mining and Neutralization Interception Team for $21 PDF. It's Space Dwarves. I think this was sent to me because I did a game about space goblins, if you remember, which I'm currently sort of rewriting, but not really. I'm rewriting the Weird West post-apocalypse games that I worked on and created last year and combining them into one Weird West post-apocalypse, which has some bits and pieces of my space game into it, or will when I'm finished. But yeah, I don't know if space was my thing. It's still, the idea that I got the most creative input from Aaron from. So I guess Fainting Goat Games, or the person who sent me the link, it was Jeff of Jeff's Gamesbox, felt that Fainting Goat Games is dwarf-based space game, and my goblin-based space game might be good, good crossover. Fainting Goat Games we've had on before. We've talked about them before. They make some good stuff, some funny stuff. They're very creative. This is a game about dwarves in space. We're dwarves. Dun, 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 dwarves in space. So, and it's got art by Storin Cook, who's a really awesome guy, and Jacob Blackmon, who I think I know, because I don't, is that the Jacob I went to Humboldt with in the 80s? I wonder. So yeah, and they made a game. Look at this. Here's a game on what you would call it, drive-through, made by some people, probably out of their backyard or whatever. Looking awesome. Not unprofessional like some other games. Yeah, I mean, and look, hopefully they're doing well sales right. They've gotten some, ratings of 3.5, which isn't great. One of the no rules or instructions for generating characters. Ooh, ouch. Not good. Not good. Okay. Anyways, Fainting Goat Games. If you ever want to do a Space Goblins versus Space Dwarves crossover game, let me know and we can work on it together. Thanks a lot, Fainting Goat Games, for trying to be awesome. We appreciate you. Now we have this individual who reached out to me. This is Old Game Hermit. Old Game Hermit reached out to me yesterday and told me he really appreciated the stuff that I do and he was going to follow my stuff. So I'm linking to his blog. He's got a blog. And looks like he does reviews. He's reviewing Starbucks for some reason, some video games, a TV show. There's a Dungeons and Dragons, coffee, video game, Diablo 4. You saw me play that just the other day with our necromancer and her skeletons, mayhem. Yeah, and now we're doing the Diablo 3 playthrough. So mostly it looks like 90% video games and coffee. So yeah, and then he's got some tabletop reviews he does. He looks like he's made some of his own stuff. And it looks like he's got reviews of all the stuff. No, look at that. Yep, review. Very well. Look at the creativity, the professionalism. This guy, he looks like he's the real deal. He's not, some amateur fumbling through the hobby like I am. This guy's got it going on. He's got it going on. Yeah, definitely looks like he knows what he's doing. Let's see, is there an about me? There we go. About. Even here's a very long about and a lot of history and a lot of association. And I really appreciate that he reached out to me, talked to me about one of the videos I made instead of, just going all off and insulting me, and told me he appreciated the creativity, what I do every week. So yeah, man, thanks a lot. That means a lot to me that you took a moment to reach out to me and really discuss the video with me in question. And then, said to me, hey, man, I really appreciate you, and I'm going to start following you. So I'm following you in return, Old Game Hermit. I don't see a link to a YouTube or anything, but he does have a stream on Rumble and YouTube. So here he is on Rumble. And looks like he's been on Rumble for a bit. playing video games, Wizardry. Hey, he's playing Wizardry. A lot of playthroughs for Wizardry. And he Rumble videos 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Well, if I'm on Rumble, I'll follow him. I'll put the link down below if you want to check him out. So yeah, awesomeness. And obviously, last but not least, we got to shout out a VTuber of the week because, hey, that's how we started doing this, right? Going on 60 weeks of doing this little experiment, all because of Iron Mouse. So yeah, we got to shout out. And I'm trying to find VTubers who do role playing. And this week we've got Lord Generic. Lord Generic, any relation to El Generico, Lord Generic? Lord Generic has got 198 subscribers, 260 videos. He's a tabletop role-playing game VTuber, which is nice, talking about VTuber, talking about role-playing games, playing through role-playing games, teaching others how to do role-playing games. He's got a series up where he's teaching other VTubers how to play Pathfinder. So yeah, and it looks like he's mostly just doing RPGs and video game RPGs, and he's on Twitch. We'll post a link down below. Thank you, Lord Generic, for being awesome and for making creative, positive tabletop role-playing game content in the world of VTubing and showing people that, VTubers aren't just anime girls with big boobas, but, there's a wide variety. There's men, there's women who portray men, there's men who portray women, and most of them are pretty cool dudes, at least with, none of the VTubers I actively follow have done anything that I find questionable or negative. I mean, even Mel has always been very honest about her other job. So yeah, Lord Generic. Any relation to the professional wrestler El Generico, who is not Sami Zayn? El Generico, Sami Zayn, two different guys. Yeah, Lord Generic, VTuber, doing tabletop role playing and video game role playing. So yeah, I thought it would be harder to find VTubers who are just doing role playing like I am. But yeah, I found some, so that's nice. I don't know how many we'll find. Things are getting thin on the list, as you've noticed the last 3 weeks. So we might have to start looking for channels on Blue Sky and Rumble instead of, or even Twitch instead of YouTube. And it's sad that we don't run into more channels dedicated to other games besides D&D, but I think we always knew that was going to be the big thing, that it's going to be D&D games first, and then hodgepodges of other games. But even, Shadowdark doesn't really have as many channels as D&D does. So yeah, I was always hoping we'd find more superhero role-playing game channels, but anyways, if you have a channel you want me to shout out, please let me know. If any of the people I have shouted out would like to come on my channel at some point in time and talk about their experiences in the tabletop role-playing game hobby, how they got to where they are, what they like, what they dislike, how they got started, their craziest tabletop role-playing game story. I always love hearing those. We know mine is Roger and the Fireball, but I'm sure other people have ridiculous stories, even more ridiculous than mine. So if anybody heard in the sound of my voice has a channel and wants me to shout out, please feel free to reach out to me. Thank you, Old Game Hermit, for reaching out to me. Thank you, Swords and Stones, for reaching out to me. Thank you, Jeff's Games blog, for supplying me with most of these links. And thank you, each and every one of you who takes time out of your Saturday to listen to me fumble my way through the English language as I try desperately to make the tabletop role-playing game community on YouTube a more positive place, freeing us from the negativity and stupidity of, certain VTubers and YouTubers whose names I won't mention, Jason Kirby and Condor. So have a great day. It's Saturday. The sun's out. Go outside. Enjoy yourself.
Tell that you go screaming, fight, like a light, at the light, every night, fight. themes, haunted sleeves, anime dreams, brushing seams, city gleams, dancing screams, endless streams, life's extreme, Saturday gleams, so it seems nothing rings. Raise the shadow, ride your lap.